this is how you could increase your revenue by a significant amount, in this instance 23%, without even putting your prices up. The way it works is generally we're subject to what are called market conditions, and the way they work is the supply line here shows that for higher prices you'll get more sellers coming in and willing to sell in this marketplace, so the relationship looks like that. And this demand line says that the higher the price you charge, other things being equal, the less you'd expect to sell. And as you lower your price, you'd expect to be able to sell more. So the relationship looks like that. And where they cross, if you're just competing in the marketplace with other people in that same marketplace, then you'll be able to sell this amount, in this case 100, at that market price of 60. What that ignores is that you could have sold 50 of these things if you'd have charged more, 80, and you could have sold 20 of them if you'd have charged even more, which is 100. So if you just sell 100 items at 60, you'll end up with a revenue of 6,000. If, however, you were able to charge 100 to 20 of your customers or clients, then you would get 20 sold at 100. And if you were able to sell another 30 here at 80, there, and then the rest of them, the remaining 50 at the market price of 60, you would now end up, if you add the figures up, with a revenue of 7,400, which is an increase of 23%. So the question then is, well, how could you do that? Well, the way you could do it is by segmenting your customer base or client base. So what you do is you identify your better clients and your best clients, or your better customers and your best customers. So you could have platinum, gold, silver, for example, platinum for the best, then a gold package, then a silver package, or you could have different qualities of offerings. You could have extra bundling in of value. So what you can do is you would bundle in something that maybe say costs you £10 or dollars to provide, but is deemed to have a value in the marketplace of maybe 20. So people will pay you the higher amounts because you're giving them extra value. You can also have what's called a cross-sell and an upsell. So a cross-sell is where you can sell related products to some of your clients or customers, and an upsell is where you can sell them larger amounts, go large. So again, all of those strategies there would enable you to have a differential pricing strategy. So instead of just selling 100 of these things at 60, what you're now doing is you're selling some of them at 100, some of them at 80, and some of them at 60. That principle works for virtually any business, and I suppose an awful lot of businesses don't really actually try to implement it. And if you look at the figures, you'd end up with 20 sold for 100, 30 for 80, 50 for 60. You'd end up with a revenue here of 7,400, which would give you an increase in your revenue of 23% and a much greater increase on your bottom line than that because of the way it works. And really, you know, that doesn't cost you anything. And there's nothing to say you can't put your prices up as well, because a lot of people aren't even charging this market price. They're probably even below the market price, so they could charge more. And if you can make your product stand out, you can also actually make the demand for your product move up. What happens is people will pay a higher price and buy more of it, you know, under any given circumstance. So you could differentiate yourself by standing out. You could put your prices up, but even without doing any of those things, you could still increase your revenue significantly by bringing in these strategies. So, you know, that could apply to any business. I hope you found that useful. If you want to know how being part of a mastermind group might enable you to implement ideas like this and be held accountable, go to businessroundtableuk.co.uk. Thanks very much for watching.